Before having a look at how the Angular 2 application starts, there's one important thing to know. Angular 2 uses components. An Angular 2 application is created from multiple components. So this would be a typical Angular 2 application. We might have a header, a main section with multiple items, and let's say a sidebar. All of that will sit on a root component. So if you have a look at this picture, this image here, I think it makes sense that you can think of basically any web page you know to consist of multiple components. And since this is the case, Angular 2 uses this concept to split up your code into multiple pieces, modules, so-called components of which you build your application. The great thing is, you of course can, you don't have to, but of course you can reuse your components. And why is this also useful? Because each component is a contained piece of code which contains a template, some HTML code which will be displayed in the client, in the browser in the end, but also a class which holds the logic of this component. Let's say what should happen if the user clicks a button, if the user enters a value into an input field, and so on. The class which holds the logic is hooked up to the template which holds the HTML code via data binding. And of course we will see this in this course. We also get a life cycle each component follows through. So when Angular 2 creates it, destroys it, updates it. All of that makes components very powerful and why Angular 2 uses this concept to create your application. We'll see this in action throughout the course. Let's now first start by actually starting our Angular 2 application and seeing how this works.